and welcome back to my channel. Today what I thought I'd do is just do something a little bit more relaxed. I've kind of got my cup of tea here to get me through it, and I thought I'd just talk to you about what trends to expect in 2017. The beauty industry is always going in different directions, and it's quite nice to know what direction it's about to go before it does. So I'm just going to talk you through basically what I found out so far, in the hope that it helps you like it helped me, because I always do this every year. Some things don't always happen, but most of the time it does, and that's why I kind of feel like I like getting one step ahead of everyone else basically. So I really hope that you enjoy this video, and I'm just going to crack on with it because I just feel really chilled out, and I thought it would just be nice to do like a talkative video for you guys, just about kind of research and just about something a little bit different. I'm obviously not putting makeup on, I'm just talking to you about it, and that's kind of where my love for makeup kind of started. It's looking out for what is going to be coming out on the catwalks, it's going to see what celebrities are going to look like, so things like that. So if you feel like that you're going to enjoy stuff like that, then be sure to keep on watching. So the first thing I have to talk about is the importance of indie brands at the moment. I feel like there's so many at the moment that are just kind of really coming to light, and I feel like a few years ago people like Superdrug and Boots would never kind of stop indie brands. I feel like we might see more in the high street this year, but definitely online. I mean, I know for a fact that Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty have stocked kind of Korean indie brands. Before it was all about kind of money and status, but nowadays what with social media and kind of influencer marketing, if someone talks about a product and they've got a large following, then they're more than likely to at least inspire one other person, and that kind of chain reaction really takes effect online. So I feel like this is really the year that social media, I mean, that's never going to stop, and so indie brands are really kind of standing out because of it. And people are not limited to what places stock, you're not limited to the big guys, you can buy kind of pretty much anything you want online now, and it's just so good to see loads of places like that come to light, because you learn a lot more about their process, and indie brands quite usually have a really unique selling point that bigger brands don't. And not only that, I think places like Instagram and Pinterest just really help those guys out so much. So if you love an indie brand and you really want the rest of the world to know about it, no matter whether you have 5,000, 500,000 followers, or whether you only have 5, tell people about the products that you've been loving that aren't expected, because I for one really appreciate it when I get to learn about something new, and I'm sure everyone else does. There's always that bit of curiosity within everyone. So if you love a product that's by someone that you've maybe never heard of, don't dismiss it, share it with the world, because it will help them out so much. Now in January I've seen already, even though we're kind of 2/3 through it now, is a lot of kind of holographic highlighters. I think that there was a lot of popularity about kind of champagne colours, but nowadays it's kind of all about colours. It's going to be really about experimenting with highlights this year. I feel like contouring is going to be a lot more subtle, but highlighting is really going to take off. And it's not going to be about the kind of natural your skin but better looks, it's going to be about experimentation with colour. I think it's going to kind of replace blush. I mean, I for one know that I'm already doing that. I have some like really gorgeous highlight colours that have like a pink tint in it, or like a red hue in the undertone, and so I'm using that as a highlight more than I am kind of as a blush. So I'm kind of mixing the two, and I think that quite often that hybrid of products is just, everyone just loves it, I think. So we can expect to see a lot more like that. I think they're going to be everywhere. I mean, Makeup Revolution, like I said, are creating products already, and they're so affordable. And I think that high-end brands are going to take on that as well. So you're going to be able to get highlights in all different colours of the rainbow, basically, if not a combined highlight that is a rainbow. Now, there's no denying that there are so many vegans now, and I don't think it's because it's necessarily like a phase. And I feel like people are just caring more about the process in which products come from, whether that's food, whether that's skincare, whether that's makeup, because you know that it's coming from somewhere that an animal hasn't been harmed or hasn't been used in the process, so it's all very like natural. And it's just very important to know that your products haven't been tested on animals. I mean, I know I have a few makeup products that are, and a lot more people are realising that. There's still products that sell in China that, as part of their kind of regulations, they have to test on animals, and I think Why don't we just find an alternative? There is literally no need to test on animals anymore. There are people that are happy to try the makeup. There are artificial processes where you can test it for kind of specific ingredients, but the idea of kind of having a vegan based product is that you know that the process is very clean and you know it's very natural and very simplistic, and that is what is very important. I expect to see a lot more vegan products, and I just hope that it becomes the norm for makeup products. So yeah, 2017 is going to be the year of vegan makeup. Next off, I'm going to have to talk about the idea of kind of like a flawless complexion and go down that route. I think that nobody expects that being absolutely flawless with their skin is going to be achievable. It's just, with so many things, trigger spots, you know, it's not, you're not going to ever look like Kate Moss when she's just gone down a catwalk, and I feel like I've accepted that. Even though it's quite hard, I feel like I know in reality that I'm not going to have perfect skin. But I feel like 2017 is going to be the year where focus remains more on skincare than makeup, because as long as you kind of nail your skincare regime, and I'm a bit of a hypocrite saying this as well because I have a very limited skincare regime and I kind of really want to improve that this year, because it's so important and it's so good for your skin that you kind of look after it. You know, if you look after your skin from an early age, you're going to prevent the signs of aging and you're going to just look a lot more natural, you're going to look a lot more glowy, and your skin's going to love you for it. There's nothing bad that can come out of a good skincare regime. So it's really about enhancing your natural complexion. If you have like freckles, I think that they are beautiful, and I get freckles in the summer, and with that I kind of wear less makeup to show them off. So I think if you have freckles all the time, don't you dare wear any foundation because they're beautiful. But I love, for example, whenever I go into spring or summer, I always wear products like MAC Face and Body or like a CC cream because it's so much more lightweight on my skin. So obviously to go from wearing a lot of makeup to no makeup is quite unrealistic. But I feel like it's just going to be the year of toning it down a little bit. So if you used to kind of really carve out your cheekbones, it's going to be more about kind of the subtle shadow instead of the hard sculpt of your cheeks. It's just going to be things like that. We're just taking a step back. It's not going to be the year of matte, thick foundations. We're going to see a lot more dewy foundations. We're going to see things that just give you a really healthy glow. I feel like importance of primers such as like the Benefit Professional that just blur away pores is going to be really, really important, because compared to like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, nobody used to sit in front of a camera and kind of like Snapchat their life or video their life or vlog or whatever like that. Whereas so many more people now are in front of the camera without even realising it. The next thing that is just, again, just going to carry on in 2017 like no other year, if not just step up even more, is the accessibility to kind of being your own kind of makeup artist at home. And I don't mean kind of training to become a makeup artist, but nowadays it's so easy to just like log into YouTube, go onto Instagram and follow step-by-step tutorials to create looks like the pros. The fact that you can train and you can learn new techniques that used to be very specific to the beauty industry, if you were training to be a certified makeup artist, are very, very accessible online. I mean, a couple of years ago you'd have never known what terms like baking, contouring and highlighting were, whereas now you can, and it's so easy to learn. Everything I've learned has been offline, and although I like to research kind of new trends, what to expect, everything I know I'd like to share with you guys, and a lot of people do that as well. And it's a good way to learn, and it just helps make things less black and white than they used to be. It used to be very exclusive to when you would actually go and train and pay for a makeup artist course, whereas now you can learn wherever you are. I feel like brands are recognising that and are making products where basically it's professional products so that you can have them at home. People like Anastasia Beverly Hills, Sigma brushes and Morphe brushes, to name but a few. Last thing I want to mention before I finish this video, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more chatty, a little bit shorter than my rest of my other videos because they can go on for a little while, is the kind of process between having products from a farm to your face. And I don't mean that quite literally, but I mean the idea of knowing where your makeup comes from. I kind of mentioned this in the vegan idea, where people want to know what goes in their products. I know so many people that are just taking into consideration where their products are from, what ingredients they are in them. I, for one, look for specific ingredients, and if a product has it in, I won't buy it because I know the kind of ethical links to it. I know that it's not very naturally processed. It can be quite an artificial addition to a makeup product that just doesn't fit very nicely with me. I don't really know why, but I feel like because there's so much choice nowadays, you can actually choose a makeup brand that cares about the process, where everything comes from. I just feel like sustainability of products is so important, and with so much grown knowledge of makeup comes grown knowledge of ingredients and kind of excess. So I think that kind of natural products are going to be so in this year. I mean, they really did start to kind of blow out in 2016. Everyone was lusting over natural products. I mean, I've read so many reviews that were just praising natural products that I, for one, have just never heard of before, but from that I've then gone on to try them, and I actually prefer them. And you begin to notice a difference. The more natural products you use, the more you realise actually that artificial stuff that I was using before just was not as nice as this. And it helps your skin feel a lot better, because when a product is made of natural ingredients, your skin reacts much better to it, and it's just all round brilliant. So more awareness of ingredients comes from, again, YouTube and social media, and everyone is going to be pushing for just very professional formulas, very minimal formulas as well. When something has too many ingredients in it, people are turned off, and when things are artificially made, it's just not as good as when they can be naturally sourced. So I feel like natural products are just going to be so big this year, and I can't wait to try more myself. So if you've tried any that you absolutely love, please do let me know, because I really want to try some more. That's kind of it for this video. Again, like I said, it's just going to be like really chilled and chatty. If you enjoy these types of videos or want me to do more like it, please give it a thumbs up. It means so much to me. Every single like and comment I get honestly really means the world, and I read every single one. So I really appreciate the fact that you've taken your time to watch this video and see what I had to say. So let me know what trends you are looking forward to seeing in 2017, or that you'd like to actually roll out, and what products you want to see people talk about more. So do let me know, but other than that, I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye guys!